Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So, today seems like a very good day to follow up to the rather excitement I had earlier with kind of, well, shameless self promotion. Let's just call it what it is. So, I'm going to, excuse me. So, I'm going to try and take advantage of the momentum that I think that we have as a community and, yeah, let you know what I'm doing because it's been a while. And I think now more than ever, it's really, really important for me to kind of double down, triple down, quadruple down on telling you about what I'm working on. Maybe you guys have heard about it before, maybe you haven't. Kind of giving you a status update, and also trying to recruit your help because there are things that happened today that, yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll touch on that in a little bit. So what we have here in front of us is an actual, like, a developer took a picture of his laptop with my game, Space Revenge, installed and built on it. Now, you're going to say, okay, that looks, well, maybe you think it looks good or it looks bad, but it's real. It actually built and started, and it's all on OS X. Now, so this is kind of like the tangibles thing. This is the mock-up. Actually, these are probably, yeah, actually, these are screenshots from inside the game. So these are screenshots. Sorry. This is a mock-up. And I know this won't make too much sense for you now, but eventually this will hopefully make more sense. So the little grid is kind of like, just imagine it more like a chessboard. So in King of Avalon, you can just like magically teleport around, and there's not really too much strategy for it. You spend gold, you jump, that's it. In my game, there's going to be a cycle. So you're going to see this thing at the top here, and it's going to, like, the little red bars are going to fill, and it's going to count down. And so every cycle, you basically roll the dice, and you have a number of action points and mana points that you can spend. And you have to pick where you go, how you shoot, things like this, carefully. So, I mean, there isn't unlimited amounts. And every cycle, you have to basically determine your strategy. So, strategy for battling in my game is broken into two pieces. First of all, it's kind of like chase somebody down, shooting them. So that's the spaceship element to it. And then once you disable their spaceship, you can attempt to basically get next to them and board them and try and rob their loot. So it's a little bit like chess. It's a little bit like King of Avalon. There's a little bit of both of those elements are mixed in there. Anyway, so this is trying to show you guys, there's no spaceship, so I guess you're just gonna have to use your imagination. You know, the counter at the top, the control at the bottom, the chat on the bottom left-hand corner, leaderboards, you know, things like this. So that's kind of trying to explain this screen. Now, there's one important thing that I think that King of Avalon does kind of good, but they also don't really, I think that they miss the point sometimes. So I'm going to show you this, and then I'm going to show you something else. Hold on. So here we go. Now, my game is like social as a first-class citizen. It's not an afterthought. It's not this little box on the left-hand side that you minimize and you never deal with. Making friends, making posts, sharing things, watching what's trending, emojis, stickers, things like this, normal social things, they're all inside the game. And to go one step further, we actually have a web-based chat and a game chat, and they're synced. So if you don't want to actually open the game and you're just sitting at work and you just want to have an extra window open to chat with your friends through a web browser, you can do that. And that's kind of what's showing here. So this is well, this is an actual page, but it's not connected to the server yet. I hope to connect it to the server in the next 1 or 2 weeks. But in the bottom right-hand corner, let's see if we can zoom in here a little bit. We have something that resembles actual emojis. So dear King of Avalon, these are what emojis look like. And these emojis, so I'll just give proper attribution. So Twitter is kind enough to actually not only have emojis in their platform, but they open source it and they give it away. And all I have to do is CC BY. So I have to just, just say, hey, thank you Twitter, attribute them for the credit, and I get to use them free of charge. And there's a whole bunch of them. So I went to search, somebody asked me, they said, hey, do you have the middle finger emoji? I said, I don't know. So I went and searched our current emojis, and it's not there. Maybe we're using the Twitter emoji pack number 1, and I think it's in the Twitter emoji pack number 2.0. So I think that that's the difference here. But anyway, I internally filed a bug report, and I said, oh, we definitely need this, because when we all leave King of Avalon, I think that even though King of Avalon doesn't necessarily have this emoji, I think this emoji kind of sums up how we feel, or how I feel, when I'm going to depart their game. And I've been playing King of Avalon for like 3 years now. And people are like, you've spent thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on King of Avalon. How can you be so cool when you got banned? And I know I get under their skin. I mean, like, it's not like a maybe, it's like 110%. And at some point, it's their playground. And I know their playground, their rules. So they're banning me today was totally expected. The Taiwan flag, I thought it was going to happen the other day. I've done so many naughty things in their game that, I just knew it was like one day it was coming. So, when it happens, imagine you're on a playground and it's not your playground. You're visiting a neighbor's playground, and you do something naughty. You do something that is really, it's just basically not how things work. You're gonna get hit, and that's all there is to it. So you either get hit and you roll with it, or you don't. So here, this image is up, and I'm gonna explain what this is here in a minute. So let's go over here to this. This is a mock-up, so this isn't the real thing, but this is how it should look. So what this is, I know please forgive me for these cute little icons. And I gotta find better ones, but the UI designer, this is what they used. So hey, who am I to complain? They're a good placeholder. So what happens in the game is you're gonna go around, you're gonna battle monsters and space pirates and different things like this, and you're gonna get loot or junk, and you're gonna combine that junk. And the junk that you combine by nuking is gonna end up turning into like buffs and skins and various different things that you can collect and use in the game. So this is gonna be like the space lab that you nuke things. So I know there's gonna be a lot of guys who be like, the game looks too cute, I'm not playing that. Forgive me, we'll get this sorted out, but this is just what we have for now. This is the mock-up. This is as it exists today, right now. And, it's not perfect, but I just wanted to share with you guys really the exact status of my game. Because a lot of people ask me, what day is it coming out? To be honest with you, I don't know what day it's coming out. But I do know that me and my little team, we push hard on this every single day. I'm not just like sitting around all day not doing anything. I really, really am busting my butt trying to get this out. So I could tell you what's all wrong in this. I mean, like the asteroids in the back are too big. The space portals in the back is too big. It's missing the action button in the bottom right-hand corner. But all this stuff is going to be sorted out in the next week or two. So we've got UI people working on it. It'll be sorted out. And here's just a little bit more of a zoomed in version of the emoji thing. Whoops. Nope. That has nothing to do with my game. Sorry. Okay, I guess that was all I was going to share. So I do have some other mock-ups. I do have some other progress things. We recently kind of had like a big setback in my game because one of my key developers, he said he had pneumonia. He said he was in the hospital. I believed him. I still maybe believe him. I'm not sure. But I've lost contact with him. So either he's really sick and he can't send a message, or he quit. But either way, it was one of my lead developers. So I'm trying to recover from this setback, find somebody else who's qualified working on the game. Maybe he comes back and we have extra help. Whatever it is, it was a setback. He was working on the iOS builds. So right now we have OS X building, we have Linux building. Windows was building. It may not be building as of right now, but it probably shouldn't be too hard to fix. And in iOS. iOS is not building. We need to get that fixed, and he was working on that. So I need to get that taken care of. And then once the game is building, we can put it in test flight and things like that. And, proper beta testing. there's this. The other thing is that when you look at this, you're going to notice that there's no login with Facebook, there's no login with Gmail, there's no bind your account type stuff. So one of the things that I kind of got burned on early is I had this login with Facebook before. It was actually originally there, and Facebook decided that they just would cut us off. Like, I think that we didn't have our HTTPS certificate on or something like this. And I'll admit, they kind of legit had a reason for, you know, turning us off in terms of using their authentication service. But at that point, I realized that, like, hey, if we ever do any mistake, we're at the total mercy of these guys. And I know that the King of Scamalon has had problems with this before, and they still probably struggle with it. And so they ended up making their King group stuff as a result of that. And I just thought, let's just not mess with that from the beginning. Let's do proper authentication from the start. So our game is really going to be like 3 or 4 different servers. And there's people working on each one. There's authentication, there's chat, and there's the game. And all 3 of these servers need to do their job really, really well in order for you to have a positive, good gaming experience. And so the authentication server and the chat server, I'm really, really hoping in 2 weeks, you're going to be able to log in and use the platform. Okay? Simple enough. I don't think there's going to be a lot of fancy stuff, but I think you're going to be able to log in, use the platform, meet friends, make friends, post things, basic stuff. Let's call it chat and social 1.0. And then we're going to slowly be bringing on the game elements and stuff like this in parallel. So they're both being worked on in parallel, but I think the chat's going to be available first. So you guys are going to be able to give your feedback for it, stuff like that. But I just wanted to share that this is kind of where things are exactly today. My thought, my vision. If you have questions, feel free to drop a comment. You can always go on Discord and let me know your interest. Hey, you think this is a great idea or a bad idea? And let's start. So I've given you all this update, and if you've listened this far, let me tell you exactly why I'm doing all of this. Because I don't want to play a pay-to-win game. I want a game where it's fair, and I know that people aren't going to, based on where you're from, whether you're Chinese or Taiwan or Africa or wherever you're from, I don't want you to be discriminated against. I don't want there to be this whole, this question of, are Americans favored or Chinese favored? I really don't want that. I'm not nationalistic. I don't have an exorbitant amount of nationalism. I kind of love the world. I've traveled a lot. I have a lot of world experience. As much as China hates me, I actually kind of love China. I used to love visiting China. There's parts of the country that I used to love. It's changed a little bit now. It's less fun to visit, and I haven't visited there for a few years. But I used to adore it. It used to be so much fun and good food, and it was really a nice place to holiday. So, when I go play a Chinese game and I get all this hatred and stuff like that, it doesn't feel good. It's like, really? And nearly all of the games today are just built by Chinese. And they just all have this really yucky microtransaction model. My game, I want it to be a simple flat monthly subscription. You pay for premium content. If you don't want to pay for it, that's cool. There's going to be special events that are just for people who want the hardcore gaming experience. And there's going to be other people who are just social and chill and just, hey, they just want to talk to their friends and, pop in, play a little bit, chat, things like that, cool and chill. So, if you're into esports, if you're really competitive, on the weekend, there's going to be ranked tournaments. If you're not interested in that, don't worry about it. And that's my philosophy. And this really resonated with me as a person, as a human being, and also as a gamer. At least this idea, this is my vision. So, whether you love me or you hate me, that's okay. I know I'm not perfect, and I rub people the wrong way, and sometimes I do it on purpose. But, it's like my heart is in the right place. So even if you hate me, maybe forgive me for a minute and think about what I'm trying to build, and this is the direction I'm going. So we just take what happened today, we just roll with it, and we know that in, hopefully the near future, I'm giving people a safe place to go. Chinese, Taiwan, Hong Kong, America, whatever, you're all welcome. And the old games that we played, this is how I feel for them. So I love you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, me sharing my vision with you. Feel free to, again, drop a comment. Tell me what you think. So, okay, love you, and bye bye for now.